Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay. Dulop. Prince Harry's VJ Day letter reveals the gaping hole he left in the monarchy. Okay, so this is Harry. Harry had sent a letter, I think after Charles and everybody in the UK did their thing for VJ Day, but he wait after them, and then there was a rift that was laid with a letter. And I read it in one of my videos. God, Tessa shut the F up already. That Harry hole is all you and your colleagues' handiwork. There's that 100%. Some tell Tessa Dulop that Harry then abandoned his military duties. His military roles and patronages were stripped from him by Charles and his henchmen. Yeah, and Harry told us nothing would not change when he was leaving to go meet Meghan in Canada, you know, during the Santa Bali thing. He said nothing will change. He will still continue to support all the... That's the thing, okay? Instead of me trying to paraphrase.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honour to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. And my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful, because this is so much bigger than just us. It has been our privilege to serve you, and we will continue to lead a life of service. So in that respect, nothing changes.
Okay, whatever's in the screen, bottom up. They reap what they saw. It didn't have to be this way, but it is the best thing for Harry and Meghan. Yeah, they made the choice for them. Like I've always said, everything you see that's happening here, the palace, the institution created it, and Harry and Meghan make the best of it. Since Meghan left after the Oprah interview, and that's all I'm aware of, Meghan have not mentioned the royal family at all. Okay, only Harry is good doing most of the talking. Besides that, Meghan is minding her own business, trying to create her little business as well. So that, and they make the best of the situation that the royal family crafted for them. Alright, so that all she got out of an open letter for the unknown soldier who lost their lives in the war and his grandfather who was a part of the war. She said nothing about the gaping hole, the family members that are left behind to grieve all the fatherless children, no mention of that. What role did Tessa and your fellow cohort played in abusing his wife and chase them out of the UK? Prince Harry will always be committed to the military veterans community. Yeah, he did say it. They should not have run him off. Okay, people are getting it now. Well, it's a shame she and the rest of the media she works with couldn't accept his wife and instead chose to abuse her to suicidal ideation while pregnant, while the palace stays silent. What they did drove Harry out of the UK. They only have themselves to blame for why he left the UK. Alright, that's it. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So this is someone who tagged me on it. I've shared some of her videos before, but this one, someone tagged me on it. That's from Not My King. A touching story about Prince William and a charity providing a London home for an unemployed couple down to their last 3 houses. Are you beginning to think it was all a con? William for homes. Okay, so let's listen here. The truth about the apartment. It's a 20-room mansion with 4 floors. Alright. A minute and 14 seconds. Screenshots, okay?
It's a 20-room mansion with 4 floors, multiple reception rooms, staff quarters, and a private walled garden. After Princess...
I think in one of my videos, when I was reading something like this, what she just said here, and I was like, how could this feel like a home when you have all these rooms with other people who works for you, live there with you? You can't really move around freely, you know? Just think of yourself being at your home. Okay, you have your husband, if you do, or if you live by yourself or whatever. You're moving around freely the way you want to. So when you have all of these staffs who come work there, they have to dress properly, you know, because they work there. How could you move around freely? I don't understand. I mean, I guess I didn't born into that, so I will never understand it. But it felt uncomfortable just by reading that alone. All right, let's continue.
Princess Margaret died, the property didn't revert to royal family use. It was managed by Historic Royal Palaces, an independent charity that looks after royal sites for the public. So HRP used the space for offices, for storages, and for exhibitions. When a certain couple decided that they wanted it, HRP didn't just happily hand it over. There was a long and lengthy legal process and a lot of reluctance. Why? Because the property was a public asset and not private entitlement.
Okay, this is what I've said in one of the videos, and I think I even mentioned it on my community board and on IG. I was like, what if the monarchy no longer exists? Even the home that this, what's her name, Kate is gonna live in, if the monarchy no longer exists, they all have to give the properties back. It's for the public. So I'm glad she's addressing this, because that makes more sense to me. Because it belongs to the public, so when nobody's living in it, there's a certain office that's taking care of it to manage it. And then again, the money, where does the money goes? If it's part, let's say, the Duchy of Cornwall or something like that, it goes back to them again. Oh my God, a lot of mess over there, a lot of mess. And then they're receiving taxpayers' money on top of everything else. They really shortchanging the public. I'm moving it back, okay?
Why? Because the property was a public asset and not private entitlement. Eventually, the charity was forced to return apartment 1A to the royal household, paving the way for a certain couple to move in. And the renovation costs, it was reported to be around £4.5 million.
I just don't understand why renovation costs that much, when it could build a brand new one, much better, with modern type of energy efficiencies, this kind of thing. Oh my God, every renovation is in the millions for these people. And sometimes I think, this is me, I didn't read that anywhere, it seems like when they do those renovations and it costs millions, it's a way for them to stifle money. You know, it probably costs less, and then the extra money goes into them, unless there's paperwork that shows this is the amount, receipts of whoever, contractors and all of that. Everything that they do, there's red flags.
Covered by the taxpayer.
Okay, I wish I could hear more. Credit, that's her here. The truth about the apartment, it's a 20-room mansion with 4 floors. Okay. That's me thinking they found the property on Rightmove and got a mortgage from Santander. Nothing so vulgar. She spoke the truth, Miss Elizabeth Solaris. Okay, pointing here. It's the black that always criticize royal family, but luckily no one cares about. Oh well, at least the truth is coming out. It's not just black people. Well, I'm not white, so I cannot speak for the others. Okay, so there's that here. I'm not black, and I clearly remember apartment 1A. I was one of many who went through it when it was open to the public after Margot's death, and again when it was an exhibition space. HRP was giving it to relieve pressure on Kensington Palace as an exhibition space, then it was taken back. So this person knows more about it, so it pretty much confirming what the lady's saying on the video. Maybe because the blacks are more educated. With a C, that's a typo. It's right next to the X, so that's a typo. You can even string coherent sentence together, my love. Sit down and shut up. You may learn something. But okay, it's making reference to the person who said that. Alright, next tweet. This one I skipped it on my last video, so I put it right back on this list here. Okay, the Daily Mail report that after his last mission to create peace in the Middle East, Prince William will renew his effort to end homelessness in the UK. His friend Rose Hembury says, quote, "I'll be right behind you, William." There's all of that. William and Kate's forever home fallout. 2 families vacate cottages next to 8-bed Windsor mansion with tennis court and ballroom to make way for Wells's. When was this? Date 17, couple days ago, August 17, 2025. Actual aerial footage, there's that. Homelessness, Prince William should be at the back of the queue to speak on this topic. A current situation well summarized. Just add Jason Kenoff in the pace of Rose Hembury. Jason Kenoff, the toady of all toady. Don't you mean royal aid? Whatever became of that fella? Let's see here. He is back in William's orbit. Never seen William more happy. Why do they want to live in the middle of nowhere? It looks like a sanitarium. Okay, it does. But both have had their medical issues, Kate we know about, and William, well, after his last encounter in Norfolk, he needs time alone to recover before he can sit down to plan a strategy to eliminate homelessness. William is a walking hypocrite, yet the British press keep blowing smoke up his ass. Let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Oh my god, I'm close to 40 minutes. Next tweet. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of numbers. This has to do with Daily Mail. Okay, second time in 2 days, another Daily Mail writer comes for William. His laziness and disdain for the hard work of the Queen is getting under people's skin. They've turned on lazy William. I'm wondering too if, the other couple, the current monarch, because right now this is what people should be talking about, of what he did to Princess Diana. Remember that. I'm wondering if it's the horse who's sending those people to talk about William. Because the thing was, I believe they divide the brothers so things could happen. And when the pressure comes to the monarch, start talking about him, next thing you know, it's switch. Okay, it's switch for the other brother. So it could be the horse who's sending these people to talk about the brother. And that's good for him because the way he treated Harry and Meghan, he deserved that because they had his back. Harry and Meghan had his back, but he didn't see it. He turned on them for freaking spotlight. So he got the spotlight. There it is. Spotlight also bring imperfection. He didn't know that. He thought spotlight only bring all the glamorous thing. Okay, so this is the spotlight he wasn't expected. He wanted the spotlight. There it is. Alright, careful William, I've always supported you, but now your behaviors left me cold and I'm not alone. Liz John. Okay, I read whatever on another tweet. There's that. I don't understand what is your problem. William is not king yet. Even the late queen lived in Malta with Prince Philip for a few years before she became queen. He just wants as much time with his family as possible before he become king. Years ago, he was doing the same thing. See below. Is Prince William too lazy to work? Oh my God, the squad have receipt. I think it's one of two things. William was supposed to give them something, access, picture, a summer story or two, and then, or Camilla has given, oh my God, I didn't even know this was there. This is what I was saying. Or Camilla has given the tabloid the green light to go after him since he was a no-show at the VJ Veteran Memorial Service. I think so too. This is exactly what I was saying, but this person make it much better. There's two comments underneath it. Okay, Camilla is always at the back pulling the string like an old tarantula. That's an ad. Okay, only King Queen show up for VJ Day. You then see Anne, Edward there. William don't go to every event. But that's excuses for them. Anne and the others don't have to. They're not heir to the throne or anything like that. Well, with what they are paid and how many vacations they've had this year, it's not a good look. They play themselves. They drove away the glamorous couple who actually want to achieve things. Now they stuck with bland and lazy William and Kate. Yeah, that's exactly that. The British people are sick and tired of the lazy royals. Okay, they should also write about how he and his wife own these many homes while the peasant can barely afford to live. I think they're writing it not in the same context. Next tweet. She called their work underwhelmingly and forgettable. There's that. But will he and Kate so far underwhelmingly charitable work, his Earthshot Prize offshoot, or Kate's Center for Early Childhood, both work worthy and frankly forgettable? Cut the mustard. Was it Amanda Patel? Prince William needs to man up. His new obsession suggests he has forgotten everything and the late Queen stood for. This is why I fear. Okay, I think I was sharing this because of different caption. Yet, the same Harpy loses every time Meghan and Harry actually work. I bet Harry's gesture for VJ Day sent her into a rage. A flower sprinkle set her off. They deserve underwhelmingly house hoppers. I couldn't agree more. Their work is PR focused. Their charities doesn't align with society needs. A person whose generational wealth is from taxpayers' money pledges to solve homelessness. Earthshot, really? Remember helicopter ride, cruises, it's celeb event mostly. Early years is still in diaper stage since 2021. It's a mess. The UK news media apparatus create their monster, that is really the Pegger and Workshy Kate, and now they have to live with their creations. I have zero pity for them. Omid Scobie try his best to sound the alarms. And they know it will only get worse. Yeah, I haven't heard much about Omid lately. If she had really wanted to twist the knife, she would have mentioned Invictus and Together. I said that if those two don't start playing the game, the comparison to our faves will become more commonplace. Now again, the tabloid fired a warning shot to bring Willie and Kate back in line, but it won't last long because their preferred state is laziness. Let's leave that alone. It's the same thing that is being talked about. Let's leave that alone. Ay. Next tweet. And I think it's making reference to the same topic. I have, 3 more left. Alright. Cammy chose violence this week. Not sure how long this is gonna last, but the second house's fighting is just so beautiful. To witness, they almost started reporting the truth about the golden heir. Careful, William. I've always supported you. Okay, the same topic. Okay, I think I read part of this at the beginning somewhere in this video. You could pause and read. Alright, so there's all of that. Pause and read it. Okay, they mentioned the BAFTA. I read part of it. Willie is thinking of ways to how to soft launch his divorce and introduce Auntie J to his subjects. Auntie J is being launched softly. This is the thing. Why can't they be honest? They could be honest with themselves, with the people, but they want to create this perfect facade. And they can keep up with the perfection. Those clowns using that nasty shit and a British accent. There's that. People are laughing. Well, it aligned with these headlines. They've been breadcrumbing it since January. Let's see here. Kate Middleton calmly determined as she and Prince William go their separate ways in 2025. What? Since January? Yeah. Kate Middleton remains steadfast as she and Prince William head their separate ways in 2025. I guess the thing she probably thinking, so close yet so far, because After Charles, she would have been queen. Prince William stuns palace by hiring Princess Diana's divorce lawyer. The question is why? Prince William has hired, was it Miss Con de Rea? The law firm that represented Princess Diana during her divorce, breaking away from his father's legal team. This move highlights his intention to chart his own path and create a modern monarchy separate from King Charles' influence. William continues to make independent decisions and demonstrate a new direction for the royal family. That was when? April 4th, April 2025. They don't usually write economic time. Is that a UK thing? Let me pause for a second. Because, okay, let me look if this whatever is a UK or American thing. Because they don't usually write their dates like that. If it's an American thing, it's because the UK is trying to avoid it and someone in the US pick it up. Let me pause for a second. That's what I thought. It's not in the US, okay, but it's in India. The economictimes.com is based in India. It is an English language business and financial newspaper owned by the Times Group and is one of the most widely read business publications in the country, covering the Indian economy and other global business news. So if it's a business news, why is it reporting about William's divorce kind of thing? Okay, the moment I read the date, I was like, this is not the way the UK will write the date. So it's another country that this is why the squad is so diverse. So someone from India who's a squaddy or who knows about that decided to share that. So I don't think the UK reported it. They skipped that. Let's see this squaddy. Yeah. There's one comment under it. Oh, I cannot see it. Cam's reminding Willie that she has been playing chess with this institution before he was born. That is true. Yep, she knows how to play the game. That's the horse, by the way. Willie dropped a dime on her for going out on a 45-foot yacht with her pals, just as he boarded a 450-foot yacht owned by some shady Middle Eastern rich SOB. She got more pals in the media than he has, and she's been at this longer too. He better watch his six, right? So why do press pirates gas and clutch their pearls when callers or anti-British royal family guests call William and Kate lazy? They know. Yeah, they know. So that whatever that newspaper I just looked into, which is an Indian thing, it's probably someone in the UK who sent the information and said write about that because they're not writing it here. William Parker Ball has no deep connection to any charity. He has no deep connection to any military rank, no connection to society whatsoever. As for Kate, my God, she is even worse, absolutely mediocre. Diana had managed to make ballet dance, AIDS, and the landmine her main causes, and everyone knew what they were. The laziness was dubbed Doolittle by Queenie, and they had the rep until the brilliant black woman came along and showed them all up. Suddenly, it was Saint Kate. That system should be thanking Meghan instead of wanting her unalive. God is good, it's not gonna happen. Yet to see hot in anything William does other than watching football games. Like I said, even in that, he probably could have made something out of it. Harry had told them, you know, how to go about this kind of things. You have to find where your passion is at. If it's football, elevate kids, okay? There's probably kids hanging around doing nothing instead of committing crimes. Get them involved. Create something for them to play football. And then it will be nice to see they make it big. Like, for instance, the actor, what's his name? Where I was a bit skeptical to really bash on him for doing the work with Charles, because Charles did something that helped him get his foot where he's at now. Okay, so William could do the same thing for football. It may not be the best thing that could help society or whatever, but not every kid is going to make it to the football league. But at least prevent them from committing crimes, get them, you know, into soccer or whatever, because that's the main sports in the UK, pretty much everywhere else except the US. But I don't know. If this is what he likes, he could get to it. Yet to see heard of anything William does other than watching football games. True. Let's get to the next one. Right, I have one more after this. I will never question someone's cancer diagnosis. It's a disease that has impacted me and my family, so I don't take it lightly. But what I will say is that the way the royal family and their cohort and the British media are weaponizing cancer to shield from criticism is appalling. There's that. They absolutely are weaponizing it, which is atrocious. Every single time Kate or William is criticized, they pull out the cancer card, effing them. My mom died from cancer. Oh, may she rest in peace. I'm so sorry to hear about your mom. It's really sick how they are almost trivializing such a terrible disease instead of owning up to the fact that they are simply work shy and want that half in and half out approach that the Sussexes were criticized so harshly for. Right, thank you. And yes, they are treating everyone like we are idiots. It's disgusting. Just say you don't want to work and be done with it already. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, they're going around the bush creating unnecessary thing, throwing everybody under the bus while all they had to do is say, look, I don't want to do this, and create something around what they really want to do. Oh my God. I have lost family members and have had 2 scares myself, and I will question it. Neither KP nor Wadey ever said she was diagnosed with cancer. People who have really looked the disease in the face and survived never weaponize it. It can always come back. That's why I never make fun of this kind of thing, knock on wood. People sweep this under the rug, but doctors on MSNBC and CNN, Dr. Gupta, said her statement didn't... I've said this not too long ago. Yeah, they didn't understand her, whatever statement she was putting out. Because when my cousin called me, who don't follow the royal family at all, but she knows I sometimes talk about that. She said, oh, they're talking about this. She has cancer. I was like, oh, they don't. But she's like, go watch it. And I listened to it. I think later on I searched for it online on YouTube. And the doctor on CNN specifically didn't really believe, didn't understand what she was talking about. It didn't make sense to the doctor. Alright, so her statement didn't make sense. Every word was written and rewriting by courtiers to convey a message. That message had to be confusing. Alright, agree. Let me bookmark this. Agree, the way they've handled the cancer news from the beginning has been awful and trivialized something that seriously affects so many. Alright, it says a lot about the character of the British future king and queen. Exactly, it's not a good look. And the thing is that, I'm done with this, okay? The thing is that they saw, this is the way that I think, when Piers Morgan called out both of them, King Charles and Kate.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
And to deter from the negative headlines, I think Charles used the cancer. And then all of a sudden you're hearing, oh, they feel sorry for him. So that went out the window. Okay, for a while, but occasionally they themselves bring it back because of whatever reason they feel like, you know, they don't like certain headline. Then I think when Kate realized that, in my humble opinion, they keep on throwing her under the bus, she took that same narrative as well. It worked for Charles, so therefore, let's use it. These people. Next tweet. It's unbelievable. This is my last one for this video. Can we have our money back officially or unofficially? That's not my king thing. Okay, Kate Middleton struggling behind closed doors. Prince William's wife unofficially stepped back from duties after rough return to royal life following cancer battle. Let me read what's there and then that's it. Whatever's here. Alright. The clone is not working. Repeat, the clone is not working. There's that. Struggling behind closed doors. Those words sound so familiar. Oh, right. Taking word for word exactly out of Prince Harry's mouth about Meghan when they were on that island. She was berated and laughed at, and no one gave her grace. Alright, so there's that. What are we calling this? Cat exit, Wells exit. Grab it. Alright, it's because of, remember when the Sussexes were, was it Megxit that they call? So this is the, here we go. This will be the sad story excuse for why they cannot be asked to show respect to veterans at last week's VJ Day 80th anniversary commemoration. Alright, so that's that. The prayer for this video is baggage for God. God, you know what's happening. These people making other people's lives miserable, so they are baggage for you to deal with. That's it. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support my channel, there's PayPal, Cash App in the description. You could donate. And this time, I really need the donation because of braces for my kids. It's in the thousands. It's unbelievable. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.